Hi, chickies. Hi, boo-boo heads. Hey, little boo-boos. Oh, that's okay.
I'm Robert Russell, and this is Mount Gilead Farm in Leicester, North Carolina, and the French Broad Creamery, which is part of Mount Gilead Farm. We have about 80 goats right now, and a menagerie of various other creatures, chickens and geese, one duck now, horses, some cows, and a small flock of sheep. We have no permanent damage, I'll say that, unlike, unfortunately, so much of the county, which has been devastated. We have waterways that run through our farm. Two of them are behind you. One of them runs off in this direction then. And they, during the hurricane itself, they came very close to topping over the driveway, but stopped about 6 inches short. Our waterways were restored by an environmental engineering firm back in 21, and they took 4 acres of our best farmland, which was hard to give up, but it turned out to be a great thing, because when we moved to the farm, the waterways were just ditches, which is what happens in most farms. Farmers straighten waterways so that they can farm right up to the edges. So they become sluiceways during heavy rain events, and the erosion is terrible. You don't take me telling people around here that most of the water pollution problems, at least in the French Broad, have been traced back to cow poop. So because farmers let their animals stand around in waterways and foul the water. We gave a conservation easement up, and a firm, KCI, which is a regional firm, but their office from Raleigh came out here. They came out and spent 8 months restoring the waterways. They re-wiggled them. They put in various runs and rills and waterfalls and things like that. And so all the work they did, in fact, paid off, because the streams they overflowed their banks, but there was a floodplain that was put in there, and so the water, at least on our farm, stayed within the floodplain, and so we did not have the kind of flooding devastation that so many places have had. Other than losing power for 9 days, which even in the general run of things in the county, that's not so bad. We didn't have any permanent damage. No buildings were. We had the small barn over there had a river running through it, but that just kind of mucked the barn out for me, in fact. So we were, all things being considered, we were remarkably untouched by all of this. I think the fact that we were able to survive as well as we did was not purely luck or accident. That things like the stream restoration project actually did what they were supposed to do and minimize the damage that could have been done.
Well, that's great. What about the economic damage to the food system around Asheville?
It would be worth telling people, go out and support your local farmers. It's more important to do it than put a bumper sticker on your car. That's easy to do without doing anything else. But the people who are still hanging on, still trying to make it through what's left of their season, need support. They need somebody to come out and buy the products that they still have available. I was talking to a young woman who's in the Marshall area last week when I was at a market, and she lost a quarter of her tilled area, and she said that even one of her fields barely got touched by the floods, but the flood rules are, if any of your field is underwater with a flood, that you have to just destroy the whole. You can't sell any of the crop, which is, you can understand that, because floodwaters, it's one of the things we're finding out, how toxic these floodwaters are. They wash away all kinds of chemicals and all sorts of things, and so you don't want to take a chance selling a toxic product to people, but but it's gonna take the future to figure out what kind of federal response there'll be from the Department of Agriculture, from the State Department, the Department of Agriculture, and all the various other entities that will be involved.
Will you introduce me to some of these lovely goats over here?
Hercules is a salmon buck,
Hi, Boo Boo.
and then all the young ones are this year's crop, and we'll be selling most of these guys. Ruby, come here. Ruby.
Hello. Oh my gosh, you're so precious.
Yeah, the young ones are still in their cute phase.
Yes, definitely.
They are. Yeah, Jackson is he's an import from Tennessee last year, but has acclimated to North Carolina.
All right, I'm gonna go. Little Boo Boo. I'm gonna miss you. You're very sweet. You're very sweet.